Addresses a bold claim, namely that Israel achieved air superiority over Iran's skies during the 12-day conflict. This claim is curious because during the entire 12-day engagement between the two nations, not a single photograph emerged showing an Israeli fighter jet or any indications of it operating over Iranian airspace. This absence is suspicious given both the prevalence of modern smartphones and daytime strikes against Iran. Under these circumstances, one would expect at least some visual or acoustic evidence of manned fighter jets over Iran to have surfaced on social media platforms.
Israel appears to have entered into a quiet agreement, one designed to save face. In this version of events, Israel claims it launched a powerful counterattack, allegedly targeting Iranian nuclear sites from the skies. But beneath the headlines, details emerge that challenge this account. Contrary to Israel's claims of operating fighter jets deep within Iranian airspace, multiple sources suggest that the vast majority of the aerial activity consisted not of Israeli warplanes, but of small, domestically built Iranian drones. These drones were launched not from outside Iran, but from within. From hidden workshops scattered across apartment buildings and compounds inside the country. The attack involved only a limited number of missiles and Israeli-supplied Hermes drones. The rest were locally assembled, often in secret facilities run by clandestine networks. But who operated them? According to some reports, a number of the perpetrators were Iranian nationals. However, many appear to have been foreign agents, posing as Afghan migrants or other expatriates living in Iran. There are also indications that some of the Hermes drones were smuggled in from Azerbaijan. Iranian defense forces succeeded in neutralizing most of the drones before they reached their targets. Now, Iranian security agencies are conducting wide-scale operations to uncover those behind the manufacturing and deployment of these UAVs from within the country. Arrests have already been made, and investigations are ongoing. What we're witnessing is not just a military confrontation, it's a narrative battleground, where perception may be as powerful as any missile.
This video will analyze how Israel most likely executed its strikes, and explain why, despite strikes resembling airstrikes conducted by manned fighter aircraft, these operations instead likely represent a combination of advanced standoff weapons, drones, and covert sabotage assets activated from within Iran. The reason for such standoff and unmanned assets stems from the threat Iran's integrated air defense systems represent. Curiously, in another previous strange and bold claim, Israel stated it had literally destroyed Iran's air defenses. It must be stated that the Israeli strike campaign relied extensively on relatively expensive and scarce standoff munitions rather than establishing air superiority and employing low-cost guided bombs. Therefore, such a strike campaign strategy is unsustainable over extended conflict duration. Its mission lies in neutralizing high-priority targets, such as early warning radars, and for example, exposed objects like solid propellant, ballistic missile production facilities. The low sortie rate achievable by the Israeli Air Force when attacking distant Iran, combined with the limited stocks of available long-range standoff weapons, results in an overall low firepower projection against an adversary of Iran's size. This limitation is exemplified by comparing the level of destruction inflicted by the Israeli Air Force on westernmost Iranian missile bases like Tabriz and their above-ground infrastructure to the damage sustained by facilities such as the Bidganeh missile base near Tehran. This damage profile is significantly smaller because more sophisticated and miniaturized guided weapons were required to engage these centrally located Iranian targets. Consequently, very early in the conflict, the Iranian military leadership recognized that this firepower could neither be sustained nor posed a vital threat to Iran's military capabilities. The in situ prepositioned covert sabotage assets would also rapidly degrade over the conflict's duration, turning them into an expired asset. The culmination of all these factors explains why the Iranian military did not fully commit its resources to the conflict, and why it rather opted to preserve capabilities, strategically prolonging the conflict to the 12 days which resulted in ceasefire on Israel's request and under apparently advantageous conditions for Iran.